Hello, welcome to Ball Street Transfer Weekly presented by Virgin Media. The transfer window is firmly shut now, but we're going to look ahead to January because why not? And have a little look at what moves we think can happen in that next window. Andy Brassel, any suggestions?
Well, a lot of people are saying Juan Mata because they don't know where he's going to fit, of course, at Manchester United. And I think especially with the arrival of Falcao and Di Maria, it's easy to say that.
Yeah.
It does look, well, because we're talking about January, the ultimate panic buy now. Of course, Chelsea have sold so well in recent windows. But who would pick up Mata, especially for that sort of price and on those sort of wages? It's quite difficult to tell. And this is something that's happening more and more. People are talking about loans to avoid financial fair play, but it's also to shift players who are unshiftable, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a phenomenally talented player, isn't he? I mean, you know, he's clearly got quality. He started the first 3 games of the season for United as well. But as said there, the players they brought in, does he have a space?
It just seems like they've crammed a lot of players in now. Now they've got a dilemma where they've got to try and keep everyone happy, and that's why everyone's saying that he could be the one to part way. They've got a phenomenal player there, like you say. He started the first 3 games. He'd slip into anyone's team really. But they've got too many there, and too many in that same position.
Yeah.
So it looks like they've got a dilemma where they probably will try and offload him.
Yeah, another one, Sami Khedira, Alex from Bleacher Report. I mean, he was strongly linked with the move to Arsenal over the summer. It didn't materialise in the end, but do you reckon is he the kind of player that Arsenal still need? Is he the kind of player you think they'd pursue in the next window?
Yeah, I think Arsenal still, obviously, their big need is defensive midfield, and Khedira would be perfect. I think maybe the summer was the best chance they had of getting him. I think Madrid, it's all very political, and they decide higher up which player might stay and which player might go, and in the end, Khedira, one way or another, he ended up staying. And I think January might be a little bit unlikely that he leaves, especially as he'll be cup tied for the Champions League, and for Arsenal that's a little bit of a problem as well. But yeah, they'll be looking at other defensive midfielders, I imagine, depending on how they play up until January. Yeah,
great. One interesting one I thought, Andy, was Xherdan Shaqiri came out.
Any particular reason you're interested in that one?
No. That's a purely partisan pundit. I can only just have a casual interest in what he's got to say here. But he was saying that Liverpool had a bid prior to the World Cup rejected. And I think the exact quote was, his contract runs until 2016. I could possibly extend it, but I will basically consider his decision again during the winter break. Which sort of says nothing and everything at the same time. He's basically happy either way.
I think he's trying to put the pressure on the management to give him more games.
Yeah.
I think there's a sense that will happen, at least in the short term, because they're short in midfield, seeing as Kroos has left, seeing as there are injuries to Thiago Alcantara. No one really knows when he's going to come back. Of course, he's someone who plays further forward, but they're taking it easy with Ribery as well. Robben's come off a long World Cup with very, very little break. So I think Bayern will be wanting to hold on to him.
Great, okay. Well, there's a few options of players who could be moving in the January transfer window. If you've got any suggestions, any players you think we've missed, do let us know by tweeting us at Ball Street. Top 5 footballing Judases. Here's my list. Number 1, Michael Owen. Number 2, Sol Campbell. 3, Ashley Cole. Figo 4 and Van Persie 5.